As with any procedure that is located in your mouth, your speech is likely to be affected. If you have a tracheostomy placed by the surgeons, in the immediate post-operative period, speech may not be possible.
For all the initial couple of weeks, I was unable to speak and then had to use ineffective sign language, and then my wife got hold of one of those kids things where you can write on it and then go like that and it disappears. So I could then write messages to the nursing staff or to my family who were visiting me.
One's speech system is a very, very finely controlled neuromuscular system. So if there are those kind of changes, and in the case of surgery there'll be structural changes, you will definitely get a speech difficulty. One of the biggest impacts of surgery will be the amount of fatigue that a patient experiences, and it's not isolated to just a tongue or cheek. It will be a facial fatigue. So speaking for any length of time will be incredibly tiring and taxing on a patient.
Previously, I used to go to Dr. House a lot just to get the speech right. He would, in his rooms it would be fine, and when I got home something would happen and it didn't sound right.
The patient might experience moments of speaking perfectly, or they would say their speech is better in certain places than others. And I think a lot of the time it's just a case of in the morning their speech might be better, or if they've had one doctor's appointment in the day, that for that hour they will be trying their very hardest and their speech will be at its best. But certainly when fatigue sets in, your speech will be affected. And I'm inclined to say, one has to give yourself the time to just rest and to just know that it is a time thing, and that your muscles will recuperate, and that there are exercises that we can do to strengthen the mouth. But certainly one has to just give your mouth the time to rest and settle and to deal with the trauma that it's gone through. Very much what speech therapy would aim to do would be to strengthen other muscles in the oral musculature system, where they would almost compensate for what's been taken out or affected by trauma. So we would very much look at what is missing, what its effects on the speech are, and what we can do to compensate. You're going to struggle to build up an inter-oral pressure if you don't have a palate. The doctors would fit you a prosthesis which would form, it would almost mimic a real palate, but certainly one's speech would be affected. A whole variety of sounds in the English language in particular would be affected.
When they put that in, your speech doesn't just sort of automatically start, because you've got to then get used to using your tongue and this obturator that is instead of your palate, and then between the use of those two you start to make intelligible sounds and words and all that, and it comes to the point where you can handle it, where people think there's nothing that has ever been done to you.
Speech and language pathologists are on call to help you regain normal speech and to give you exercises tailor-made for your specific needs. They can monitor your progress and make sure you are exercising the correct parts of your mouth in order to make as full a recovery as possible.